Oh, am I doing the intro?
Dude, you've been taking over everything right now.
Well, hello, welcome to Dynasty Pylon. I'm Mark. That's Martin. We're going to discuss the Carolina Panthers today.
Plain and simple, dude. I was like, oh, all right. I was going to let it time out because I was looking up other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And then I noticed you went to the countdown. I was like, oh, okay. And then you did the intro. I was like, oh, okay. You know what? Just go ahead and take care of the intro because you seem like you want to get it going. So I don't, it's fine. I don't mind. But yes, we are going to discuss Carolina Panthers today. Hopefully, we have some Panthers fan in here today, and we can hopefully they can hype up their team because I know we're not too big on them as of lately, due to the QB situation. But we have a couple of retirements announced today. One of them being Frank Gore officially gone, from what I heard, right?
Yeah.
And also, who was the lineman on the 49ers? Just recently.
Oh, Alex Mack.
Alex Mack. Yeah, I should have known that.
Yeah, you should know that one.
Yeah, my bad. So Alex Mack is no longer part of that line, and also Frank Gore, who is also a former 49er, but recently just played for the Jets. After 17 years, dude. 17 years as a running back. That's insanity. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
It's not something you see or hear about these days.
No, and I don't know how his body is still moving right now. Like, it's crazy that I see that these running backs last about average 6 years, and then they're just kind of like they just get weeded out by the incoming rookie or whatnot. So, but yeah, we were hoping another year so we could have seen a father-son duo in the same league.
That's what I think. I thought that's why he was still holding on and playing, because he wanted to play at least 1 year with his son.
Or he retires this year and comes back.
Right.
Since you, I'm going to sign with the team.
Oh, my son's playing. I want to come.
So, my son's playing with this team. All right, I'm moving with them. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, we officially finished our draft last night. We did discuss that, right?
Yeah.
We
brought it up. We showed people.
Yeah. So we're in a weird boat right now. I was going to talk to you about this, and I was going to say, I think we should just wait on cutting these other guys. I think we have to cut two. Okay. I think we can wait on cutting some of these guys and wait till minicamp is over, and then we'll make our adjustments. I just wish I knew that. I would have filled that taxi squad up before, because right now you can't make any transaction. You can't even move a guy up from bench to taxi.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the downfall of it. So, that's good.
Martin, you have no sound. Martin, you're muted. And Martin, it's not a Dynasty Pylon show without something going wrong on Martin's end.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
All right. I turned up my mic, and then I unplugged it on accident. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Wilson?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, yeah. So we're gonna do freaking Panthers. Let's discuss the draft picks first. Or let me talk about them real quick. So Carolina finished at the bottom of the NFC last two seasons at 5-12. Okay. Sucks. I mean, we've been talking about sucky teams lately. All right, we're getting into the better teams here. But yeah, so basically, for the first 2 years, as Matt Rule has been underneath, them, he sucks. Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, kind of like rotating back there. We have Christian McCaffrey, who I guess has only played probably less than 10 games in the past 2 seasons. So he's been hurting people a lot on these, draft picks, because he's been easily like the 101.
Mm-hmm.
And, it kind of sucks for a lot of people. So, I mean, they did make a trade for Sam Darnold last season. Didn't really work out for them. And then so
Well, we got to use year 2 to see if that worked out or not.
what's up?
So we got year 2 to see if that worked out or not.
And yeah, I mean they're sticking with him. You know, this time last year we were excited for him. We were ready to see what he was gonna do, and he shocked the world. For 4 weeks straight, this guy was a QB like 1 easy. Like he was just lighting.
He was my QB1.
Yeah, he was lighting it on fire like everywhere. And we're like, damn, this is what happens when you move from the Jets to another team. Easily people were trading for him. Easily people were like, I want Sam Darnold on my squad. Nowhere to be found on waivers because he was picked up by somebody. And then the Cowboys game.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys game is what ruined all of last season. Something happened that game where he just
hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, he got hurt and he just wasn't the same.
I believe it was on a rushing touchdown too.
Yeah. So I do believe in him a little bit, but again, I don't know. It's kind of like that Baker Mayfield kind of aspect. Like he got hurt and he wasn't the same anymore. Throughout this whole season, they were playing banged up. Does that mean he took the time to heal his shoulder? I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, it's been a couple of months now, and we still have a couple of months still. I saw from what I saw weeks 1 through 4, you and I were really, really happy. You had Sam Darnold, I had DJ Moore, and we were just killing it, dude. Every week we were just like Sam Darnold fans. So I don't know if that's maybe that's what they're relying on, and that's what I'm kind of grasping onto and hoping for that again, because he's still what he's 24,
25.
So he's been in the league what seems forever. I think that with that they still believe in him. A lot of us had faded. We probably don't think that Sam Darnold's a guy. We don't think that he's going to be anything, and that's okay.
He is 24.
Yeah, so
that's incredibly young.
Yeah. So after that trade, I think it was like 3 draft picks or something for him, and then following that, they did the first round. J.C. Horn, his injury went down, and then so they traded up. They sent Dan Arnold, a third, to the Jaguars for J.C. Henderson and a fifth. So basically replacing J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn's coming back.
Then they got Stephon Gilmore.
Yes. I don't think they...
He's gone, though. He's gone.
Yeah, I don't think they
He's with the Colts.
Gilmore. Right. So they don't need him. They have Horn and Henderson. 2 top or first round cornerbacks. They're going to be stacked. I expect great things from their safeties and their linebackers, especially their safeties. So we good corners usually complement a good safety, because that means they're covering their guy, and that means the safety can just sweep up underneath and just light them up or get the interception, vice versa. So I'm expecting this defense to be a lot better, because clearly they kind of focused on what they needed, and so yeah, I think didn't they get is Hassan Reddick? Is he still there or no? He left, right? I think he left to the Eagles.
Yes, he left to the Eagles.
So
he's gone.
Yeah.
We still got Shaq Thompson though.
True, very true. And I'm okay with that. Like I don't think that this defense is going to be bad. So and then yeah, Eagles just in the nick of time. So Braden's quick with it, man. So no, he is, man. Which is good. So let's talk about their first round draft picks. You have them up?
Yeah.
Or not first round, but all their picks. I think it was 6 of them total.
Yep, got 6 picks.
Yeah,
A first, a third, a fourth, 2 sixth, and a 7th.
Yeah. Go ahead, read them up. I'm gonna go put this up real quick.
Number 6 overall from NC State, offensive tackle Akeem Ikwanu was their first pick. Number 6 overall.
Yeah, good old Wiki.
I was high on him. I just didn't think he was the best offensive lineman in the draft. I thought that was Evan Neal, but
no, and I agree with you. I think everyone thought
time will tell. They obviously thought he was because he was the first offensive tackle taken.
Right.
And then the next pick, number 3 overall, round 3, number 94 overall, Matt Corral, QB out of Ole Miss.
Let's take a pause here and talk about that because you know with like I said, with the fading of Sam Darnold and everyone thinking that he's not going to be the guy anymore. Do you think that Corral's going to start over him?
No, because I think he's still rehabbing his injury. So I think the beginning of the season will be Sam Darnold's, and then they'll go from there. If towards the end of the season they're still floundering, I'm sure they'll throw Corral in. But I think to begin the season, it will be Darnold. I actually think I don't even know if Corral will be healthy week 1. But even if he is, I don't think he should play.
I don't think he should play, and I don't think he will be ready by any time this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
if they have PJ Tucker still, so
yeah. If they go freaking 5 wins again, and they're in the back end of the season, I would say why not throw him in? It's clear to me that they're still very young and rebuilding. The Buccaneers are a powerhouse right now. The Falcons are just in as worse shape as them.
Saints are in between.
Yeah. So
solid defense, but don't know what the offense is going to give.
Right, and I think that's how those 3 teams, Saints, Panthers, and Falcons, are just going to be easily fighting for second. But I think it would be Bucs, Saints, and then maybe between Panthers and Falcons, who between these two, like what would happen. But yeah, so I don't think he plays. So, but they got him in the 3rd, which is a nice pick. I think that was a good security blanket in case Darnold doesn't do as well. So,
was he the 2nd quarterback taken?
I don't know.
Pretty sure he was.
Maybe because Pickett was the 1st, nobody in the 2nd. Yeah, maybe.
Because he's high up there in the 3rd, like 94.
Willis was one of the end ones.
Yeah, because Willis was in the 3rd, and then obviously Sam Howell was in the 5th.
Ritter was right after him, and then Willis
Ritter.
was towards
That's
the
what
end.
I forgot. So it was either Ritter or Corral.
No, it was Corral. It was Corral over Ritter, and that was it. So, Braden also mentions that the Panthers' offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo, yeah, competing for starting job won't be easy for Matt Corral. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it either. So, he probably won't be ready until like week 8, anyways. At least to try and compete fully healthy.
I kind of feel bad for Sam Darnold, to be honest.
Why is that?
Because Ben McAdoo was Daniel Jones's coach for his first 3 years, and you saw how well he did.
Yeah, that's true. But Sam Darnold also, this is his first year with a real coach, where before he was with what's his face. Not Nagy, but the other sucky coach. God, the guy on the Jets. 2 years ago. Oh, come on.
Oh, the guy used Gase, Adam Gase.
There you go, that guy. Yeah. The other sucky coach.
Oh, you sucked at the Dolphins. Hey, come to New York. You can turn this franchise.
Yeah, speaking of sucky coaches, there was a thing where Nagy said that he plans on using the Bears' experience to help out the Chiefs. Yeah, buddy, I don't think that's gonna work, bro. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't. How does that even work? Like,
I don't know, but that's what he put out there, and that quote from what Nagy said, I'm like, no. I don't think Reed will probably pay attention to any of your ideas.
I think you're just getting paid to stand there and look pretty, buddy. I don't think you're really going to be that involved. Pretty sure Andy Reid's like, I think I got this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but
right.
No,
in the 4 straight AFC Championship games, I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. If anything, Matt Corral's going to compete for the second job against PJ Walker, and I think PJ Walker ends up beating him out. If not, he does get second, but Sam Darnold's probably easily the QB1 here. I mean, they traded for him from the Jets, and I think they're probably going to at least utilize him for at least 2 seasons. We use him for 1, and they try a second year. If it doesn't work out, then I think this will be the year they're gonna be done with him if he doesn't show forth what he did at the beginning of the season. All right, so moving on. 3rd pick, Penn State.
Round 4, Penn State, Brandon Smith, linebacker.
Yes.
Micah Parsons 2.0.
I don't know about that.
Probably not, because if he was, he wouldn't be drafted in the 4th round. So. Hey, my dogs are barking. Woo-hoo. Good times. Nothing on Brandon Smith. Moving on.
Brandon, I mean, it was the only thing interesting. This was Washington's pick. And it got traded from it was New Orleans, then it went to Washington, and then it went to the Panthers. We liked Brandon Smith at some point. You and I did.
Yes.
But there was better linebackers out there. And then we noticed as the year went on towards the end of the NFL season, like from week 10 and on, we noticed that Brandon Smith was getting lower and lower and lower on the rankings. And we wondered why. Well, I don't think we ever discovered why. I think it was just guys came out with better pro days and better combines, and it was just
something must have happened because he went all the way to the 4th round. So
I don't know. It was interesting because we didn't even showcase this guy. We talked about him, and we were going to showcase him, but we never showcased him at all. So, I think he's still good. He's definitely probably going to start for sure. Would I use a late round draft pick on him to try and test it out? And yeah, sure. And I don't even know if he's taxi squad worthy to me. I think he would just stay on my bench. If he doesn't do anything in the first 4 weeks, I think I'd probably get rid of him.
He is strong side linebacker, so that's good.
Yeah.
He's listed as 3rd string right now. Could change though. Could change.
It could, but like I said, I don't even think I would stash this guy as a taxi guy to me.
Yeah. And then after that, they got 2 6th round picks. They got Amari Barno, edge rusher out of Virginia Tech, and then Cade Mays, offensive lineman out of Tennessee.
And
189 and 199. And then they ended it with a corner, Kalen Barnes out of Baylor with their 242 overall.
Yeah. All these picks used to be former picks from different teams.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I think they gave up a lot of them for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Did they trade somebody else? I can't remember.
I think so, because what I'm seeing here is they didn't have a 2nd round, obviously.
Oh, they traded up to get Coral or Smith, one of the two.
One of those guys.
They traded up for that.
The 3rd one, the Matt Corral one, was originally Kansas City that was via New England and then ended up with theirs. The 4th round with Brandon Smith was New Orleans and went to Washington.
So they traded up twice, so that's probably why they have low on the draft picks.
Which I'm assuming you guys gave them a 6th round as well, because their 6th round was Amari Barno.
We probably swapped 6th rounders, so we moved up a little bit in the 6th round.
Possibly.
That's probably.
And then the other 6th round was from Las Vegas, and that's when they got Mays. And then the last final one was New England, Miami, and then Panthers. So they did a lot of moves, moving up and down the charts. But they came out with 6 solid guys, and I honestly think that 4 of these guys will probably easily start. Mays, Smith, Corral maybe next season or 2, and then Icky is definitely going to start for sure. I mean,
he's already their number one left tackle.
They picked Icky over Neal, so they definitely believe in this guy. So I wonder if they knew him because he was like right across the street, and they kind of fell in love with him. Where Neal's kind of like, where is he from? Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Alabama. So
So kind of like a Kenny Pickett type situation where they saw him all the time.
Possibly.
Knew him already.
Yeah, and you just walk across the street. Oh,
because he's much easier to scout when all you got to do is go like down the street versus,
and you won't get in trouble for it. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's probably what happened.
We just hanging out at the college football game,
No reason. Go Tar Heels.
NC State's the Wolfpack, my friend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of University, right? UNC.
Yeah.
But look,
North Carolina.
Overall, they got Brian Burns, who is probably easily their best defensive lineman there. Derek Brown was the first
my guy
last year. Yeah, definitely your guy. Are you gonna cut him?
Heck no.
Okay.
Not especially since you're heading another spot. You think I'm that crazy?
Hey man,
dude's only like 24. Yeah, let me cut this guy.
I got my defensive lineman set right. I think I'll be okay. But it would be nice to have a nice security there as a backup. But Brian Burns is definitely easily probably get you at least maybe 7 minimum sacks per season. I would think that he would probably shoot for 8 to 9 this season coming up. With the addition with Derek Brown being healthy, Matt Leonidas, see if his old ass can do anything. And then Gross Matos, I like him, man. And he was also in the second round draft pick from last season. So, and then Barno, I don't know if he'll start over any of those guys though. So Gross Matos, Leonidas, Brown, and Burns, I think would be just fine. And you got Shaq Thompson, who we all know is Shaq Thompson's boom or bust.
Yeah.
I don't know how I like that. Like, I think he's a good filler for IDP spots. But maybe a starter. Hopefully, have a strong defense, and then just kind of throw him in there, and hopefully that's the week he does good. But he's probably one of those plug and play guys. I don't think Brandon Smith is going to start over him. I think he'll learn a lot from him though. Mm-hmm. Then you got Damian Wilson, who just fell off the earth, man. Last year, he was supposed to be coming in. He did really good in Jacksonville. And then just Shaq Thompson just kind of took over last year. We might see a combination of Shaq Thompson, Damian Williams, and Brandon Smith. Is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I have Corey Littleton as the starting strong side linebacker.
Okay.
He used to be in Los Angeles. I thought it was the Rams.
No. Well, yeah, way back then, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. He played for the Raiders. It was the Rams. You're correct. And then last season he played with the Raiders, and he didn't do anything there. He was just a big disappointment. So hopefully, new system, new team, get a little bounce back. Corey Littleton there. So yeah, with Dante Jackson, CJ Henderson, and then also J.C. Horn coming back, Xavier Woods, unrestricted free agent from Minnesota, and Jeremy Chin. I would not want to be a receiver against this team.
No.
They
brought in Woods, who's, I think, a very serviceable safety. You got JC, Dante Jackson on the other side, Jeremy Chin. Oof.
Yeah, dude, they're stacked, man.
I mean, if you're going to catch it over the middle, definitely expect to get popped.
Yeah. I would not want to be in any of these guys' way. Let's see. Jeremy Chin is like probably the strongest one there.
Yeah.
But I want to see how big these other guys are. So Jeremy Chin's about 6 foot. Xavier Woods 5'11". Not too big. And then you got another 6'1", CJ Henderson. Or wait, Jeremy Chin 6'1"? Oh shit. He's 6'3". No wonder he can play linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah.
6'3", 6'1".
Well, I think that's what a lot of people were comparing Kyle Hamilton to, was Jeremy Chin. Yeah. They're both 6'3".
And CJ Horn at 6'1". These guys all got good size.
Yeah.
So they will mess you up if you're cutting across the middle, and if you don't catch that ball, if that's going to rely on your quarterback.
I feel like the one weakness would be if you have a strong arm quarterback and a speedy receiver, you might be able to beat them that way.
Possibly.
Because they're all like on the bigger side, so I can only assume that they're all not the fastest.
Jeremy Chin's pretty quick, though. For being his size, he's pretty quick.
Yeah, but he can only cover like one half of the field. You can't expect him to cover the whole field.
Well, then you got Xavier Woods on the other side.
Yeah, but I don't think Xavier Woods is that fast.
No. I mean, if you get the right angle, but either way, I don't think it's gonna be too friendly here for.
Oh no! Overall, it's
gonna be a struggle. So, I don't know how much of a deep dive you want to get into freaking Christian McCaffrey, dude.
I mean, we could dive into a hole. We could just be brief.
Dude, I don't know what to expect.
I mean, I don't either. I really don't.
And it sucks. He's kind of like entered that Saquon Barkley experience. You want him.
Except we got quite a few. I think we got like way more years of excellence with McCaffrey before the injuries started.
True. But
Braden with a great question.
What's up?
So that the Panthers don't look like they've improved this year is rule out? I say absolutely.
I would say so.
I think he could be the first coach fired, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if you look at all the other teams that don't look that good,
they're all new systems.
They're all new coaches, except for maybe Detroit, but I don't think they're going to fire, Motor City Dan Campbell, even if he has a bad year.
I mean, Matt Rule's been there for 2 seasons already, so
that's what I'm saying. He's been there a few years. They're still teetering on one of the worst teams.
Yeah, I think that easily that becomes after this. Easily. I think after 3 years, like, dude, you haven't done anything, and it doesn't look too great for them either.
Yeah.
The back end of their schedule isn't. It's kind of like wishy-washy. Like, they have some tough teams, but then some not so tough teams. So.
You said that, but I see Seahawks, Steelers, Lions.
Yeah, but they finish off with there you go. They finish off with Tampa Bay and New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it depends if they could beat New Orleans. So it's a
not sure they can. Not sure they can.
It's a weird schedule. It's not too hard, it's somewhat in the middle. So let's talk about their line real quick. They got Iki as a first round draft pick. And then Brady Christensen is still there. Bradley Bozeman they got from Baltimore center. He's they're probably their best one there. Austin Corbett and then Taylor Monton. So all these guys came from different teams.
I say Pat Eflin from Minnesota.
What's up?
I believe their left guard. Or was he there already?
No, he was drafted.
No, he was drafted by Minnesota. 3rd round, Minnesota. Pat Eflin.
Brady Christensen?
No, Pat Eflin. They're starting. I don't know. Maybe it says they're starting left guard is Pat Eflin. And I was just saying he's from Minnesota.
Oh, from Minnesota. Okay, I'm like,
he came from the Vikings. Jets. Well, he might have played for the Jets, but he was drafted by Minnesota in 2017.
Okay.
That's all I was trying to say. But the name looks familiar, so I was like, why does that name look familiar?
Yeah. Here's who I'm kind of excited for though. Out of these guys, these tight ends though, Ian Thomas is coming. Everyone expecting him to be number 1. I still like Tommy Tremble, dude.
They expected him to take like a huge leap because I was looking at his stats from last year, and he only had 180 yards and like 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown on
They
20
didn't play him much.
receptions.
I still like him though. He's a
Well, that's
very
what I'm saying.
versatile
They
guy.
didn't really play him last year. Now all of a sudden they're like, "All right, you're number 1. Go get it."
He's a big dude, man. He's
Oh no,
6'4",
I like
250.
Tommy Tremble too, but I was just shocked when he was the number 1. I was like, "Oh, dang."
Yeah, I would hope
it might just be like starting out of necessity because I don't have anybody else. But
right. Well, they had Dan Arnold too at the beginning. Ian Thomas filled in the shoes. I think that's probably what happened. So Dan Arnold was Dan Arnold for a little bit, and then they traded him to the Jags for their corner for the CJ Horn Henderson issue. And then that's when Ian Thomas, I think he probably already knew the system. So I think that's when they kind of decided, okay, well, Tommy, you're brand new. You probably don't know the playbook as well, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The trust was probably more leaned on Ian Thomas than there was, here in the offseason. Now that Tommy Tremble's been there a year, I think we might see a little bit more work out of Tommy Tremble.
Ian Thomas actually had less. He had 18 receptions for 188 yards and no touchdowns.
Interesting. So were they using Tommy more than towards the end of the back of the year?
Maybe.
I'm gonna look it up now. So if I can, I'm gonna see that now, because if that's the case, it'll definitely.
Or maybe they just didn't really utilize the tight end position.
I don't think so. All right, so Tremble. Let's see here. They used him towards the end. He didn't really do much the first 4 weeks. He had 1 reception in week 3 against Houston. Another reception week 4, didn't do anything. Week 5 against Philadelphia had 4 receptions. And then 2 week 4 again, or 4 against Atlanta, 2, 1, 1, and 3. 2, 4, 2, 2, 5. So Tampa Bay, he had 5 receptions. That was the biggest one he had. So not entering anything great. But that was all towards the back end of it. And then Ian Thomas, see what they were utilizing him. They started fading him towards the end. 2 reception, nothing. 3, 5, 2, 2, nothing. 3, 5, 2, 2, 1, 2, nothing. 1, nothing, nothing, nothing. 1, 1, 3, nothing. Like, yeah, they really started fading him. I think this is where Tommy Tremble started taking over. Hey, dude, move aside. It's my show, I guess, because it clearly states, like, if you look at if you compare the two, I probably should have showed that, huh? If you see the two, clearly you see Tommy Tremble taking over. So easily, he could be a big sleeper, man. I don't think anybody's thinking about him right now.
Probably not. I still would have to wait. Like, I mean, I might pick him up and like stash him maybe in a taxi squad. I'm not gonna like put him in my starting lineup until at least a couple games in, so I can see if because from what I'm seeing, stat wise, it doesn't even seem like they were utilizing the tight end position throughout the year.
Yeah, but then does the tight end position really get used overall though? Not likely. I mean, if I get 5 receptions out of my tight end, I'm actually okay with that. That's how bad.
I get that, but there are some teams that like look at the Ravens. Like, I think Mark Andrews has to be the number 1 drafted tight end going into this year. He's like the only target they have.
You would take him over Kelsey.
Maybe not Kelsey now that I think about it, because with Tyreek gone. So, like, but I'm just saying, Tyreek and Andrews, I mean, you look at what's happening with those receiving cores on their teams, you got to be like, yeah, they're probably going to be first rounders probably at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're probably good. Well, Travis Kelce has like the highest receiving yards out of anybody over the last 6 years.
Yeah, dude.
That's including receivers.
Mahomes loves that guy.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, if you're good at what you do and you get open and you get the yak, I mean, of course I'm gonna go to you as my first look every single time. So yeah, it does not surprise me. I'm just waiting that for the last 3 years, all of us who've been playing Dynasty, we have been waiting for him for this fall, and it hasn't happened yet.
It almost looked like it might happen last year, but
almost. But
teams were looking like they were figuring them out. I know, but it looked like teams were finally starting to figure out that passing game.
Yeah, there was
Mahomes looked human. Kelsey looked human. There was games where Tyreek couldn't even get the ball.
Yeah, so
it's going to be a lot different going into this year, though. That's for sure.
It's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Broncos defense is not, it's not a pushover.
No, neither is the Chargers defense. The Raiders defense
has increased talent immaculately.
Oh, I know.
Chargers are right now, I think, could easily potentially win that division.
Oh, I agree.
It's not looking too hot for KC right now. Are they still good? Yes. The reason why, Andy Reid, and only because of that man alone. That guy is one of the smartest coaches I've
Andy Reid and a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Say what you want about the receivers. I think Patrick Mahomes will still make it with Juju and friends. I think
he could too, but I think there'll be a little bit of a I don't think they'll have the big explosive over the top plays. I think the offense is going to look a little different.
You'll see that. But here's the thing about Andy Reid though.
He'll find a way. He always does.
Yeah, he unlike most coaches, he observes what he has.
Right.
He observes his team. He says, "Okay, well, I just lost my speedy back, so therefore I cannot no longer use speedy receiver, my bad. I can no longer use those plays because there's no one who's going to be over the top guy anymore." Can they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could. He's got crazy playbooks that you only find in freaking CFC, Contran Football League or whatever the hell. By the way, have you caught any of those games?
I haven't, but I heard
they are so fun to watch. But it's like I can't fall in love with
league.
Yeah, fan control,
fan control league.
Yeah. I can't fall in love with it yet.
Michael Vick's playing again.
Yeah,
got people like Terrell Owens catching touchdowns.
Yeah, screw that guy.
You were saying you log onto an app and you actually get to help call plays, right?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing that on one of these random streams, just a couple minutes, just to see what people are can see what it's about. I almost did, but I've been gone for the last couple Saturdays. I'll be gone this Saturday as well, but it's not that bad. It's definitely something if you're going to watch and you're bored. You have USAFL, right? Or USFL?
Yeah, USFL.
Yeah, they all play in Alabama. Sorry. Which is also a pretty fun game. Those games are very close, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Very close. It's very fun to watch. I have no clue who the hell's on their team, but it is football.
Yeah, I've seen a couple highlights, and I'm just like,
if you love football, then you're probably watching one of these two leagues. I love football so much.
I just consider. I don't know if you think this, but when I was looking at the concept, when you were talking to us over on the group chat about the fan controlled league, it really seemed like Madden in real life.
Madden in real life?
Yeah,
a little bit. Just
because you're you have the 3 plays, you get to pick one, and then they have to run that play.
Yeah, no, and Tank did. Tank.
Or fan controlled
thanks for chiming in, man. He did tell us. He did tell us
it's
about
on
it.
Twitch. That's even more like.
I actually jumped on it. Twitch is fun, dude. I love Twitch. When you're watching some other streamers,
it seems like Madden in real life to me, where you have your players and you're like, all right, take this play, and then they line up and play that play.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not obviously I would choose the NFL over any of those leagues. Obviously, I have more fun watching that only because of fantasy football. But I mean, there was this one play last week. There was a QB from the Zappers. He said that he was going to break the internet. He went from the Glaciers, traded him to the Zappers, And he said, "I'm all right. That's you. I'm gonna like blow up the internet." They're like, "How are you gonna do that?" I'm getting there, Tank. I'm getting there. Guy beat me to the punchline, jerk. But basically, exactly what Tank said. He threw a freaking touchdown against his old team. He went up to the main coach or whatever, the owner of it, lit up a blunt, and he said, "I'm smoking Glacier packs, like the cigarette, like a pack of." Lit it up right there on the field, blew the blunt, handed it to him, and just obliterated that team. Wow, smoke! It was so crazy, and no, you're good, man. You're good. But it was pretty funny. He and they were like, I hate him so much. But it was pretty fun to watch. But if you're bored on Saturday and you have some time to watch football and you want to kind of pick your teams, go ahead.
I feel like the NFL should take some notes on some of this stuff, though. Like, obviously, I don't think in a real game you could have the fans calling plays, but like, what if they did that for the Pro Bowl? Wouldn't that make the Pro Bowl so much fun to watch? Like, you get to actually call the plays.
Oh yeah, I think
those superstars like on the field, and you're like, you're gonna run this play.
I think so.
Like, I think that would add the watchability to it, like so much more than what it is now. Because I don't ever watch the Pro Bowl right now because it's just boring.
It's interesting. To see that they don't care anymore during that time. Right. I'm like, oh, why? All right, so I pulled it up right now.
Sad.
So if you haven't seen this yet, I'm gonna see if I could get this here. We could watch this.
Sad too because I remember as a kid I used to love the Pro Bowl.
Oh, I loved it. I like the skills game now. So Jason Stewart was cut from Zappers for violating league policy, while FCF fully sports you can't use smoking, like it's all leagues. But he didn't care. I think he's 29 years old. He's basically done. He knows he's not going to the NFL. I think he just decided, screw it, I'm gonna go out with a bang. Definitely broke the internet. Watch this. Oh, yeah.
You a legend. That's that glacier crack. My friends.
This dude.
Oh my
Jason
God,
Stewart.
That's crazy shit. This man threw a touchdown, came over, lit the blunt, and said we smoking at Glacier Pack. Game over. Video's done. Cut this shit.
Yeah. Jason Stewart.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure he knew he was done. It was funny that guy that he gave the blunt to made a video afterwards, and they basically did a whole recap of the game. And in there, like, they edited everything, and during that time after that, you could see the guy taking a kneel on Jason Stewart's graveyard, says the career ending for Jason, or here lies Jason Stewart's career. And it was a tombstone, and him taking a knee on it.
Wow, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was. I'm surprised you didn't hear about that.
No.
But yeah, no, it was insane. But no, it's fun. Other than that, though, I don't. A little off topic. I don't even know how the hell we got in there, but that's what we do. Go on random tangents.
Nobody mentioned Star Wars.
No, I promise you, I'll cut that. No, I still have more show and tell for that. I'll do that on Wednesday with Tank here on his show.
He might bring out his lightsaber collection.
I don't have those.
Oh, you don't have lightsabers?
No.
Shame.
I don't think I'll ever. I don't know. I just don't think I'll ever get that. What am I gonna do with it? At least with the photo frame, I can hang it up. I have Ahsoka. I have another in this house. We use the Force, Scruffy Nerd Herders, and this is not the droids you're looking for. I have that. I have a pop. I don't think I'll ever get a freaking lightsaber. I just don't see myself getting one. But anyways, let's go
over the schedule.
We didn't even talk about the offense.
We were talking about. Well, we hadn't got to the running backs and the. Well, we did talk about the running back. We talked about the offense. Oh, we haven't talked about the receivers. Receivers. That's the last position we have.
Yeah,
receivers.
Christian McCaffrey and Chuba Hubbard is going to definitely take over. I don't see Dante Foreman doing anything. Well, actually, yes, I do. But Chuba Hubbard's going to take over that backfield.
Well, I mean, when McCaffrey, gets hurt, Chuba Hubbard.
That's what I mean.
Deonta Foreman will be the
That's
backup.
what I mean. So. McCaffrey, once he goes down, it's going to be Chuba Hubbard. Dynasty leagues, you go get Chuba Hubbard now. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to go do.
Especially if you have Christian McCaffrey.
Like, I know, but it's not. What I don't know. What am I going to do? Like, I don't know, dude. No. Maybe one day when I'm 40 freaking 9 or something. Like, you know what? Fine. Look. Anyways, receivers. DJ Moore number 1, Robbie Anderson number 2, and Terrence Marshall at number 3. I expect him to have his season to be like his bounce back. I think he's going to take over Robbie Anderson here pretty soon. I still like Terrence Marshall. Didn't you like Terrence Marshall when he came in? Or was that Kadarius? Or both of them?
No, I like Terrence Marshall more than I like Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Marshall didn't really get a chance to do much.
No, he didn't. He's 6 foot 200 pounds. It's not a bad. That's kind of like our ideal receiver. I mean, I know you and I are. We like our receivers kind of tall with some weight. He's not too bad. So then they got Rashad Higgins out of
12
Cleveland.
Receivers on their team.
Yeah, so Rashad Higgins is also a big dude.
Yeah, Rashad Higgins I like.
He's so, Robbie might be coming to the end here. He's 29 years old. They typically fade out, and we saw it last season. He did absolutely horrendous last year. So, I don't know, dude. I know that it was funny. There was at one point where Sam Darnold was doing really good, and then Robbie Anderson was pissed that he wasn't getting the ball. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he started throwing him the ball, and he started dropping all the ball the following game.
There was a bunch of memes. They're like, throw me the ball. Result. Drop. You're like, thought you said you wanted the ball.
Yeah. So that's receivers there. Overall, I think, we're going to see the same 5-12, dude. Sadly to say, I don't think they do anything great after that. I see them in the top overall draft picks again with the new head coach.
So you say 5-12. If they were able to get Deshaun Watson, what do you think they would have been?
It would have changed.
Yeah,
it would have changed. I think I would have given him 8 wins.
Oh, only 8. Interesting.
Yeah, because Deshaun Watson is that type of player that he could give him scrubs. He played with scrubs.
Well, that's why I said only 8 wins. I thought maybe he'd go higher.
Oh no, that's 3. That's 3 easy games for him now. I'm not giving him 5 because of one dude. I don't think so, dude. 5 wins to 10 wins. You're saying double the amount of games for just because of Deshaun Watson.
I think so. Okay. I mean, we'll never know.
No, we'll never know. I can't.
Well, I mean, Deshaun Watson's as good as Cleveland thinks he is. I mean, look what he did in freaking Houston, for crying out loud.
No, I know.
Now, granted, that didn't translate into wins necessarily, but
he had his best season without his number 1 target the following year. So, let's let me see if I can pull up their schedule. I know it's scrolling there at the bottom, but
Week 1, Cleveland Browns.
It's not fast enough for me.
Week 2, New York Giants. Week 3, New Orleans Saints. Week 4, the Arizona Cardinals.
All right, I got it up. All right, so
Week 5. Okay, I'll stop.
You got the Niners, then you got the Rams, the Buccaneers, Falcons, Cincinnati, Bengals, which, by the way, I don't think they'll do as good as they did last year. FYI, throwing that out there. Sorry.
We'll get to them on their day. Calm down.
Yeah. Falcons, Ravens, Bucks, Seahawks, Steelers, Lions, and then they end it with the Bucks and the Saints. Who knows how that'll go? let's see. Browns loss. Giants.
Hold on. You think they're going to lose to the Browns with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback?
I think they'll still lose.
Okay.
You don't think the Browns will beat them? Here's what's the Panthers are gonna have to do really good on defense.
But I think they can do good on defense. You just said they had a solid secondary.
I do.
Their linebackers, they got Birds in the other one. Like, I think their defense is good. It's up to the coaches to be able to put them in spots to succeed. But
it's also the Browns defense that's going to hold up for their own too, though. They're not a shy defense either.
Oh, I think it'll be a fairly low scoring game.
But I think Browns might sneak the win.
I think the Browns will still get the
win. Okay, I still think that the Browns might sneak the win barely.
Now the next week, the Jets or the Giants.
I don't know. A healthy CMC though. I give Panthers that one now.
Oh, so now you're going with the Panthers over Cleveland?
Well, let's assume that everyone's healthy there, right? They don't have Deshaun Watson week 1, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said they had Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, I'm switching.
I'm telling you guys right now, Baker Mayfield will not be playing for the Browns. There's just no way.
I'm changing my vote. I'm going to give that to Panthers.
All right, so they're starting off 1-0. So it's a lot like last year. Okay.
Yes.
I think they could go 2-0 too.
They could go 2-0. I think they lose against the Saints. They go 2-1.
It's at home. I think they can win that one.
Okay.
I think they split with the Saints. Home, they'll lose the away, but win the home. Because they'll have momentum from winning the first 2 games, but then they'll be brought back down to earth when they get clobbered by the Cardinals.
All right. Then they got the Panthers, and those two are. It always seems when they face Cardinals somehow lose to them.
That is true. Now that
I don't know why that just happens, but the Cardinals are just cursed against the Panthers, and they just lose. I don't know why.
Calling it out week 4, McCaffrey gets hurt, they lose.
Well, but Chuba Hubbard isn't bad either, though.
Yeah, but I think
he's no CMC.
He's not McCaffrey.
Gets the job done. All right. So and then we get this, and then we 49ers. Who knows there? I think they lose again.
Rams
loss, win, loss against the. All right. So loss against the Rams, loss against the Bucks, win against the Falcons. Loss against Cincinnati, a loss against the Falcons, or vice versa. Let's flip that. They lose in Atlanta, then they win in Carolina when Atlanta visits them. They'll split with them. Loss against the Ravens, loss against the Broncos. Probably beat Seattle. By then, Kenny Pickett or Mitch will probably establish himself there as the main QB, and I think they lose against the Steelers. I think so. That should be an interesting one. That is a very interesting one. I'm actually going to look forward to that one. And then, do the Lions beat the Panthers?
No.
No?
They do not. Remember, the Lions are winning 10 games. They can't lose to the Panthers.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I got 5 wins. 5 wins for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. I don't think they
And they win 3 of them right off the bat. So the end of their year is not going to be good.
This is kind of what I said at the beginning. We just repeated ourselves.
They're going to start off 3-0 and then end the year 2-13.
Just basically repeated
2-12.
Look, 5 and freaking 12 again with Matt Rule. I'm sorry, Panthers fans, but look, we're not that great either. Okay, we're not that great either. So come to the Suckfest with us. We'll get our high draft picks. You know what? I easily see Falcons and Panthers at the top 5, maybe potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 new rookie QBs going into these divisions next year. No, X-nay on that. I think Ritter stays another season or 2. 3 seasons. Jeez, I need to go eat. I'm hungry. Yeah. But other than that, though, man, I don't know how else to expect to see these Panthers play out besides seeing them go 5-12 again. You?
I have 5 tops, I think, for them.
Yeah.
Maybe less. They could easily not show up against the Browns. They could easily not show up against the Saints in both games. They could easily not show up against the Giants. For all we know, they win 1 game. But I think 5 is their cap.
And what's sad is this team can also, like the Falcons, not get a QB next season as well.
Yeah, that's I was just thinking
about
this. I was just thinking about this. Like, what is it set up for? Well, you have all like 3 or 4 really good QBs next year, but only the Seahawks might need one.
There's going to be teams taking these QBs depending on how their fresh rookies do. I mean, look at Josh Rosen, how easily he was just weeded out.
I know, that's true. I guess that's true.
Who else? Tua might be on the line. Daniel Jones might be on the line. And we're going to see how Sam Howell does in Washington. So, those are my teams that I think that could potentially get these QBs here next season.
Well, I don't think it's so much Sam Howell. It's more Carson Wentz for Washington.
Well, yeah, but do you go from from Carson Wentz to Sam Howell? Didn't what's his face just sign 2 years? The legend of what's his face? Your shirt.
Oh, he's gone after this year.
Okay.
Taylor Heineke, he signed a 2 year.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be back, unfortunately.
Probably not. I think they'll go look to the draft. I just don't see it, man. It's going to see how they play out. The Panthers are going to be struggling for a little bit. Honestly, I think that the best move for them is to trade McCaffrey now and see what they can get for him. Sucks.
Well, I think they've been trying to trade McCaffrey. There were some quarterbacks they were looking like. I heard when they were talking about trying to get this
for a while.
Yeah, to Houston for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
but I don't think Houston wanted him. Like, I don't understand why. Like all the other old running backs that are used and abused.
Why not get another banged up one who's younger?
Right?
Why not?
Right? I was like, didn't you on 1 year have Lindsey, David Johnson, and Mark Ingram and one team on 1 year? I was like, that was used and abused running back central right there.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I, for one, am happy if they just lose. Obviously, because I'm a Falcons fan. But, again, I have to be biased on this show. So, because why we handle Dynasty. As for Dynasty value, let's talk about that real quick before we end the show. Christian McCaffrey, buy, sell, or trade. What are you doing with them?
I'd be trading him at this point. See what I can get for him. I think.
I just realized sell and trade the same thing. So what are you selling him for?
What's
the lowest that you would take McCaffrey for? Because a lot of people are probably not going to spend high on him either. You think you'd get a first out of him? A single first?
I think this will probably be the last year you can get a first for him, to be honest.
A first and something?
I think you get a first and then like a RB2. Maybe RB2.
If I sent you, let's talk. If I sent you a first and Tony Pollard,
I would take that in a heartbeat.
Really?
Okay. I would. But I'm super high on Tony Pollard, so.
Okay, maybe that was a bad example.
I honestly think in a year he will be the RB1 in Dallas.
You don't think they look into the draft over to get their RB1?
Oh, I'm not saying they don't go to the draft to get like Tony Pollard's replacement at RB2, but I think Dallas loves Tony Pollard.
next year's running backs are.
And I think they're running a little. And then after this year, they can trade Zeke with a lot less dead money.
Yeah.
It goes from so this year, if they were to have traded him, they would have lost like $18 million in dead cap space. And then next year, I think it's under 5. So I think that's why. I think this is the last year for Zeke.
Okay.
So I would definitely take that in a heartbeat.
I'm just kind of thinking like if what you would so a first and maybe so you would take a first and Tony Pollard. What about a first and Damian Harris?
That one's a lot harder for me. I like Damian Harris, but he seems to get injuries all the time. So he'd just be like getting a first. I know. So I'm saying you're getting a first, but then it's like, yeah, I got Christian McCaffrey light.
All right.
So maybe. That might not be bad.
Okay.
Not the worst.
All right, not bad. And
because you one more. As long as you get that first, I think that's the most important thing.
Would you do Josh Jacobs straight up for him? Josh Jacobs in a second.
I would do Josh Jacobs in a second. I wouldn't do straight up.
Okay.
I would try to get the first, but I don't think someone would. See, Joe Mixon's another hard one because he's like, 27 now?
Yeah, just Joe Mixon, though.
See, I feel like you'd just be trading the same thing. So I guess it would be a wash for the trade. Because last year was an anomaly for Joe Mixon. Let's get that straight right now.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm done.
I think that's the only year he's ever not been hurt.
Screw that guy, man. Screw that guy, bro.
I know. I'm just saying, that was an anomaly last year.
The years of pain, dude. The years of pain. Okay. One more. Miles
if someone
Sanders.
made that trade, I wouldn't bash either side for doing it. Let's put it that way. I don't know if I would do it personally. But if you look at last year, it'd be like, okay, well, I can understand why someone would want to get Mixon over McCaffrey because you look at the production Mixon had last year, but I also would understand why someone would want McCaffrey because of what he could possibly do.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's a fairly fair trade. I just wouldn't do it personally.
Okay. All right. Last one. Miles Sanders in a second.
No.
Miles Sanders in a first.
Maybe, but I like Miles Sanders as a football player. I just hate that he's in Philly.
Okay.
Like, what did he do last year?
He did good when he had
fantasy.
The ball.
And when did he have the ball?
Well, he was injured, and then that was
it. But when he had the ball, was there.
What's up?
Like, he came back from injury, and it was like, is Miles Sanders still here? Oh yeah, he's back there. I completely forgot he was still here.
Yeah, they knew.
Like he got hurt, and they were just like, "All right, bottom of the depth chart for you."
All right, just getting your quick take on what you value CMC at anymore. But all right, well
let me throw you a trade. Let me throw you a trade
for CMC. Okay.
Yeah. How about a first and Chuba Hubbard?
I would do that.
Yeah, I would too.
That's too easy.
Right.
For some reason, when you said that, I thought Nick Chubb or something.
What about a second and Dobbins?
I would still do that.
Would you? Do you think he's going to come back?
Hold on.
Yeah, so you think he's going to come back?
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
A second and Dobbins, I would. You know what? I think I'd still do that.
I think I would too.
As much as I probably would cringe doing it, I would still probably do second and Dobbins for CMC. And I know a lot of people are like, "Whoa, that's low," but I still think that the value of Dobbins right now is you still have years to come.
Right.
Okay. I understand that what we saw was great, but then, let's think about he had a whole year off of getting banged up. I know it wasn't a year of playing, but that's the whole point of what I'm saying. It was a whole year of playing that his body doesn't get banged up.
Like he was recovering, but he also got to rest the rest of his body.
Right. So,
which I like. But I also like the way that team's built for running. Like they aren't going to be a passing team.
Oh no! If Bateman doesn't do
that's
what
why
they
I
drafted
would do
him,
it.
yeah, Bateman's gonna be like easy, probably high targeted for those who are smart. Bateman would probably be high on people's radars.
Yes.
And you could probably sneak him in the 5th round, 6 rounds. Not too high. You probably establish your running backs QB and a good 2 solid receivers, and then why not get Bateman there? Maybe at the 7th. I don't know.
That would be a solid pickup. A receiver 1 in the 7th round. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. I think I would do Dobbins in a second. As much as I would hate to do that, I think I would still do it just because maybe potentially CMC might be done.
And that's why like I thought that in my head, and I was like, I'd probably do that too, because Dobbins is still only 23.
He's still fairly young.
24.
Dobbins is.
I think he was 21 his rookie year, and then 22 last year.
I can't even pull it up, but no, yeah, I don't think he's that old. He's young. He's freaking young.
I also like the way that offense is being set up for running, because obviously I think they're going to be a run first team, pass when they have to. And
yeah.
Granted, it's going to suck in the long run.
He's 23.
He'll get a lot of work probably that way, but they also have Gus Edwards coming back.
I don't think he's going to do much. I know he's coming back, but he's also like.
Well, I don't need him to do much.
He's been in the league for a while.
I don't need him to do. He's only like 25.
He's 27.
Is he?
He's 27.
Damn.
Let me look up at his stats, but he came in pretty old. He came in as a 23-year-old running back.
Oh,
it was Baltimore 23, 24, 25. That's probably why you think he's 25.
Because he was, I got you.
He came in pretty old.
Makes sense.
So yeah, no, he's 27.
I don't need him to do much. I just need him to take a little bit of the carry,
heat?
So that way, Dobbins doesn't, die by week 10.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't they draft someone recently as well as like their 3rd string?
Maybe. I don't know. Last year they had all the old fogies coming in, Bell and
that's true.
Murray.
But I think that let's see here. We're gonna get to them eventually. Dobbins, Edwards. Oh, Mike Davis. No, he's done. Get out.
They got Mike Davis?
Yeah, that's who it was. I was thinking. And then Tyler Beatty is someone who people are looking at, but he might be that. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play over Justice Hill or Gus Edwards. I don't know. I wouldn't expect anything off of him this year. But anyways, that's it, man.
That's cool.
We're talking about the Ravens now.
Well, we were talking about a trade with the Panthers.
No, you're right. You're right. So, but yeah, I think I would do that trade for sure for CMC. I would hate to do it, but I would do it. All right. So we both agree 5 and 12. Matt
McCaffrey and a first for Devontae Williams.
Yeah, why would I? I wouldn't hesitate.
Would you trade Devontae Williams though for McCaffrey and a first?
Oh God, no. No,
exactly.
No. See, I thought the trading would be as me as a CMC owner. No, I would never.
Oh yeah, someone came up to me and was like,
"A first and Williams
and McCaffrey." No, McCaffrey and a first for Devontae Williams.
No, I would need.
You can't just trade up because
I would need 2 firsts.
Huh?
I would need 2 firsts, and I know that 2 firsts would probably depreciate the CMC value, so you'd probably end up giving me 2 firsts and someone else for it. I don't think anybody would trade CMC and 2 firsts.
No.
I think CMC and 2 firsts would get you Jonathan Williams though. Jonathan Taylor. My mistake. I think JT 2 firsts and CMC could potentially maybe get yourself a JT. Maybe.
Jonathan Williams. Who was that? Anybody? Did you combine Jonathan Taylor?
I think I just made a player. If anything,
the two
that was
former
an
Panthers running backs,
Panthers running back.
Angelo
Yeah.
Williams and Jonathan Taylor.
I look. We like to create. Look, if you're new to the channel, okay, we do this a lot. We do it on accident. If it's not like we do it on purpose, but we do this a lot sometimes. Okay, what was your guy?
Oh, my guy was Travis Henry, the greatest
our guy right
player, here. The greatest football player to ever
the greatest
play.
football player of all time.
Like
Travis Henry,
he's
who doesn't. The greatest football player of all time that's never seen the field. But yeah, we know if Travis Henry hit the field.
Oh my God, he would be unstoppable. Catching the ball, running people over.
Here you have a combination of Derrick Henry and Travis Kelce. Travis Henry, everybody. Mark's guy.
And they share a number. They both have a 7.
That took me like a while to make. And I know we were like sleeping on it. And then I'm like, you know what? You said Travis Henry so much. I'm creating.
Well, that was the problem. It's not like I just said it once. I said it like 15 to 20 times.
Multiple times. So yeah, no, we do that a lot.
I meant to say Travis Kelce or Derrick Henry. It'd just be Travis Henry. And I'm like,
Travis Henry, everybody.
I need to make that guy on Madden. I'm doing it.
Give the stats of a running back from
6'5" running back.
Oh my God.
He's gonna be unstoppable.
Oh God.
Second position tight end.
That would be insane, dude. It would be nonstop, just running the whole time. Just all right. Well, that's pretty much it, man. You got anything else, Panthers wise?
No.
Other than 5-12, maybe 6 if the defense holds up, maybe. Matt Rule's gone if they lose again.
If they go 5-12 again, I'm sure Matt Rule will probably be gone.
Okay.
I think
so.
So.
I agree. Which sucks. I thought I liked them, but I think you can only do so much when your players get hurt all the time. And last year, that's exactly what happened. Both defense and offense, he was losing players like flies. So it is what it is, man. All right. We don't work at the weekends.
No. So we'll be back Monday with Falcons.
Oh,
Seahawks. No, Falcons. Falcons were. No,
wait, it'll be.
So Falcons were 8, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't have the draft. Look, the draft happened. I just pull it up whenever I need to know which team I'm doing next.
I got this. Hold on. Falcons.
Falcons next. All right.
Yeah, because the Seahawks or the Giants were 4-7. So we're not doing the Giants next. The Falcons were 8, Seahawks were 9, and then we got to skip 10.
Will you be here Sunday though, for the morning spike on Dynasty Pylon? If not, let Tank know. That way he just doesn't stream anything on our channel. Look, if none of us are on, I'd rather just not have it streamed on our channel, just because it's not us.
Yeah, it could be there Sunday if you're not going to be.
I will not be there Sunday for sure.
Okay,
I'll be there. Wherever. So Mark will be here then.
I wake up at like 7:38 now. So,
well, good for you, man.
Not last Sunday though, because I was super tired. But almost every other day, I've been waking up at 7:30 to 8. Well, when you got kids running around your door screaming, it's hard to sleep in.
Well, if you can make it Sunday, that'd be great. I won't be here Sunday morning spike.
I'll be there.
I don't know what's in store. Tank has I haven't looked at the schedule yet.
He said he updated stuff, so
he did. I think we're doing more divisional things.
I think it's divisional breakdowns, yeah.
Something like that. Or he has and then the following week we're gonna have a mock draft. Oh my gosh. I forgot to put up the link for our league. Damn. It's still early, right?
We can still do it.
Kind of. I should have done this by now. We still need to get that rolling. I can't believe I forgot. Okay. I you know what? I told you this was gonna happen. I might get it. I might end up forgetting about our Guillotine League IDP style or the Build the Blocks League. I will have those links up by Monday. For sure. and then I'll put that in the link. Maybe I could even put it this weekend or tonight, and then you guys can put it up on Sunday if Tank is kind enough to do that for me. We'll see. But get those leagues started, and we'll get a slow draft going for sure. But yeah. Anyways, that is it for today. This is the Dynasty Pylon Show. We'll do the Atlanta Falcons on Monday, and then we'll just continue talking about the rookies here every Wednesday is what we're kind of deep diving how they're going to implement onto their teams. So other than that, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. For those who are here, tell a friend, man. We're trying to get to 200 and get themselves a jersey or yourself a jersey. So I know we got a bit away. I think we're at like 137, but I mean, by the time the
trivia game
for Sunday,
yeah.
Oh well, there you go. Well then have fun, man. Have fun. I will be watching. You
should chime in with your answers.
I don't know.
It's like you're never here for the trivia games. I think last time we did it, you weren't there either.
I don't know. Tank does it on purpose. He knows I'll win. That's why.
And then the following Sunday is when they're breaking down the division. So it starts with AFC.
Oh, so he does. Thanks, Tank. Thanks.
Right?
Martin's not here. We'll just do the trivia. And then when he gets back, we'll go back into the boring stuff. Thanks, guy. What a wonderful boss he is. I'm sure he'll change it. We'll see what he does. But anyways, if not, don't hesitate. Have fun. Trivias are also fun. We use Kahoot, so if you're watching, you can actually join in there. So I will be joining in there. Hopefully, I'll have some service wherever the hell I'm at. But speaking wherever the hell I'm at, wherever the hell you're at. Good morning, good evening, good night. This is the Dynasty Pylon. We will see you Sunday. Mark will be here Sunday doing trivia with the rest of the Nerd Huddle, and he said he'll probably change it. Don't change it. Dude. Don't change it. Don't change it. If that was part of the schedule, keep it, okay? But if you want to change it, I'm not going to argue with that either. So just don't.
Don't change it. But if you do change it, I'm not going to argue.
I'm not going to argue. But here's the thing: don't change it, because last time he gave us these stupid old school questions that were just. It seemed like Fredo made up all these questions, and they were just old questions.
I knew most of them. I actually beat you because I came in late, and I beat you because
I didn't know any of these.
They all thought you stopped playing, and you're like, no, I just got them wrong.
They were prehistoric questions that I'm like, I don't know.
It's when we did the Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl trivia.
Get out of here. Yeah, Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'll probably know everything from the Dallas Cowboys, Steelers, Super Bowl, and up. Okay. That's yeah.
Yeah, it was all Super Bowl stats.
Super Bowl stats. Get out of here. Fredo was so happy.
I think he won.
But he won, and then he quit. He's no longer part of the Nerd Huddle. I don't care. It's been months. He's no longer. He's
gone. Goodbye.
He's gone. He's a guest. I don't care, Tank. He's a guest. You don't show up for months, and then you just make an appearance. Oh, yeah, I'm part of Nerd Huddle. No. Give me at least once a month, and I'll consider you part of our brotherhood. Fredo, if you're watching, I know you're not watching, but we love
if you are watching, but we know you're not.
Take care, dude. I don't know where the hell wherever he's at, dude. I don't know.
Well, good morning, good night, good evening.
Yeah. Anyways, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at. I'm Martin. That's Mark. And we will see you whenever Sunday, and then Monday. Are you back? Yeah, I'll be here Monday for Do the Falcons. So Monday will be the Falcons. Yeah. All right then. Later.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.